A lot of people ask us why we're doing this. It comes down to why we do everything we do. It comes down to the very soul of Hot Wheels. It comes down to how you feel when you're a kid playing with Hot Wheels. If you ask a kid, is this possible? The kid's going to go, yeah, of course it's possible. Why should you stop dreaming just because you're not a kid anymore? If there's one thing we live by, it's don't be afraid of failure. It's only through failure that you learn. It's only through experimentation that you find out how far you can push it. It's okay to fail as long as you learn and you don't repeat the same mistake again. But then, straight out of that, there's the attitude of picking yourself up and dusting yourself off. That's what Team Hot Wheels is. Team Hot Wheels is the embodiment of that. And it's not just about the limits of human endurance, it's about the limits of imagination, it's about the limits of what's possible. There came a point when Greg and Tanner had learned everything they could from the physics and the theory and the equations and the radio-controlled drone car and the training and the acrobatics in aeroplanes for G testing. You know, that was all behind them, and they knew they just had to go for it. Greg Tracy was the first in the driver's seat, and that's when it gets exciting. That's when the magic happens. You put a guy in control who lives life at his limit, who isn't afraid of his limit and uses his imagination in everything he does, and that's when you get the magic. You put him in that car and you send him down that orange track, and he comes out the other side a hero. Tanner Faust was the second driver through, and he had to do exactly the same thing, but he's made of the same stuff. He has that imagination and that passion. Yes! These guys don't see an obstacle. They see a problem to be solved, and they put their fear to one side and they use their imagination to solve it. The structure in its own right was epic. We did it in such style and so huge and so massive. You know, no one's ever built anything like that before. There is no dream too big, you know. There is nothing that we can't do when we put our minds to it. That's why we're doing this. Double Dare Loop symbolizes that. It was about making a massive statement for our fans. We want to remind people, you really don't want to let go of your imagination. You don't want to let go of that spirit that you have when you're a 5 or 6 year old boy or a 5 or 6 year old girl. But you don't want to lose that dreaming ability, that imagination to see things that aren't there, to see the future, to design and dream and build stuff that's never existed before. Not only has it never existed before, but no one could ever perceive something quite so big and outrageous. There are no limits to your imagination. There is no limit to what's possible. You just got to dream big and go for it. That's what we're all about. That's what the Loop was about. That's what Team Hot Wheels is about.